This is for class 10. Our chapter name is Life Processes. We are continuing with transportation in humans. In the previous parts, we have seen the first organ of our circulatory system, that is heart. We have studied everything about heart. Okay. Now the second part is blood vessels. Now let's see what are blood vessels. The blood vessels are a kind of tubes or pipes through which the blood flows. Right? There are three types of blood vessels in the body. What are they? Arteries, veins, and capillaries. Okay. Now let's see what are arteries. Just pay attention to what I am saying. This you have already studied in class 7. So just revise it once. Arteries. Arteries are the blood vessels that carry blood from the heart to various parts of the body. All the arteries except pulmonary artery carry oxygen rich blood, that we know. The arteries have thick and elastic muscular walls. Why do arteries have muscular and thick walls? Because the blood flow is rapid and at high pressure in the arteries. The arteries lie quite deep under our skin and hence they are not easily seen. Also, there are no valves present in arteries. Now, this much information about arteries we already know. Now, let's see what are veins. Veins are the blood vessels that carry blood from all the parts of the body back to the heart. Okay, like from here. So, this is vein. Okay, so veins carry deoxygenated blood, right? All veins except pulmonary vein carry carbon dioxide rich blood, right? See, this is pulmonary vein and this pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood from lungs to left atrium, whereas all other veins of the body carry deoxygenated blood back to the heart. Similarly, all the arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart to all the parts of the body. Only pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from this right ventricle back to the lungs. The veins have thick and less elastic muscular walls because the blood flow is not rapid and at low pressure. So this is a point of difference between arteries and veins. Arteries have thick walls, right? Whereas veins do not have thick walls, they have thin walls. Okay. And through arteries, blood flows under great pressure, whereas in veins, the flow is not that rapid, right? The veins are less deeply situated than arteries. That is why we can just see at our palm portion, we can see blue-green colored blood vessels, which are nothing but veins. The greenish blue lines which we see just below the skin of our hands and legs are the veins. Then they have valves. Arteries do not have valves, whereas veins have valves which allow the blood to flow in one direction only, that is only towards the heart. Because of the presence of valves in the vein, backward flow of blood is not possible, right? And it carries blood only towards the heart. Now, the third one is capillaries. Now, capillaries are extremely thin blood vessels which connect arteries to veins. See, these small. What are these? These are very thin blood vessels. These are nothing but capillaries. Now, through the thin walls of the capillaries, exchange of materials take place, right? And the useful substances like food and oxygen present in the blood pass into the body cells through the capillaries. At the same time, the waste products like carbon dioxide formed in the body cells enter the blood through the thin walls of capillaries. Now, let me show you one diagram which will make you this capillary portion more clear. Okay, just look at this diagram. See, this red is nothing but artery, blue is nothing but vein, and these small blood vessels are nothing but capillaries. Now, just look at the arrows. See, from the artery, oxygenated blood flows right in this direction, right? And we know that this oxygenated blood consists of food and oxygen, right? So, through arteries, the blood flows like this in this direction. Then it divides into more thin blood vessels, which are also called as capillaries, right? So these are the capillaries. Then these are nothing but our body cells. So surrounding the body cells, there is a thin network, there is a dense network of capillaries, right? So just see what happens. Now, food and oxygen is taken up by the cells, right? The body cells, and some wastes are generated in the body. So this is carbon dioxide. So it again goes back or is absorbed back into the capillaries, right? And then this dense network of capillaries forms or converges into this vein, right? So, and this is nothing but deoxygenated blood. So the same thing I have told you before. So what happens? Capillaries are nothing but very thin blood vessels, right? And artery brings blood with food and oxygen. Then it is used up by our body cells or by our tissues, right? And whatever waste is generated, it again comes back into the capillaries, and then it goes to the vein, and that is nothing but deoxygenated blood. Now, how can we differentiate between arteries and veins? Just listen to what I am saying. Arteries carry blood from heart to various body parts, right? Veins carry blood from different body parts back to the heart. Then arteries carry oxygen rich blood except this pulmonary artery, whereas veins carry deoxygenated blood except this pulmonary vein. Then blood flows at high speed and high pressure in the arteries, right? And blood flows at a low speed and low pressure in veins. Then walls are thick and elastic in arteries, and walls are thin and less elastic in veins. Then in arteries, no valves are present because the blood flows under great pressure, right? Whereas in veins, valves are present. Then arteries are deeply seated below our skin, whereas veins are not deeply seated. We can just see veins uh, below our near our wrist region very easily. Okay, so this is all about blood vessels. Now the third part of our circulatory system is blood. Now what is blood? Blood is a liquid connective tissue, right? Blood has a fluid matrix, or it has a fluid component called as plasma, and solid components, right? And these solid components are nothing but blood cells or blood corpuscles, which are suspended in this fluid component, that is plasma. And what are these blood corpuscles? RBC, WBC, and platelets. Now let's see first of all what is plasma. Now, before that, let me give you some more information about blood. An average adult person has 5 to 6 liters of blood in his body, right? Then, what are the different functions of blood? Blood transports substances like digested food from the small intestine to all the cells of the body. That is the first function. Second is it transports oxygen from the lungs to the body cells and carbon dioxide from the cells to the lungs. Third function, waste products from the body cells for removal from the body. So these are the three main functions of blood: transporting food, transporting oxygen, right, and carbon dioxide also from the out of the blood, right, and third is removing wastes, right. So these are the three functions of blood. Now let's see the fluid component, which is called as blood plasma. Now, plasma is the fluid part of the blood. It is yellowish in color and contains about 90% water. Then it contributes 55% of blood volume. Out of 100%, 55% is blood plasma and remaining 45% are the blood cells, right? Then, as we have said, plasma contains 90% water and remaining 10% consist of these following substances, like plasma contains nutrients like glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, right? Then it contains respiratory gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Then it contains excretory substances like ammonia, then urea, uric acid, creatinine, etc. Right? Plasma also contains plasma proteins. It also contains minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, etc. Right? And last but not the least, it contains enzymes, hormones, and antibodies. Now let's talk about the solid component. Now these solid component consist of RBC, WBC, and platelets. Now let's first see what are RBCs. Now these are biconcave disc-like structures. I am going to show you the diagrams also. Disc shape होता है इनका, biconcave. Okay. Now कितने होते हैं ब्लड में ये? Their number is 5 to 5.5 million per mm cube या cubic millimeter बोल सकते हैं in human males and 4.5 to 5 million per mm cube in female. मतलब बहुत ज्यादा प्रेजेंट होते हैं, right? They contain iron pigment hemoglobin, right, which imparts red color to the blood. अब ये आरबीसी का जो सेल होता है या आरबीसी जो होता है उसका जो साइटोप्लाज्म होता है उसमें ये हीमोग्लोबिन नाम का पिगमेंट प्रेजेंट होता है, आयरन पिगमेंट, which gives red color to the blood, right? Then RBCs are manufactured in bone marrow. कहाँ बनते हैं? Bone marrow में present बनते हैं. Their lifespan is about 120 days RBC का, after which they are destroyed by liver and spleen. Their small size helps in absorbing oxygen and enables them to travel in very fine blood capillaries throughout the body of a person. इनका जो साइज होता है वो बहुत ही छोटा होता है जिसके वजह से कैपिलरीज में से भी बहुत इजीली ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं, so that each and every cell gets the supply of oxygen and nutrients. अब ये जो पिगमेंट प्रेजेंट होता है हीमोग्लोबिन, it has a great affinity फॉर ऑक्सीजन, राइट। तो ऑक्सीजन कैरियर होता है ये हीमोग्लोबिन, राइट, and the hemoglobin of RBC transports oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. देखिए RBCs जो होते हैं वो दिखने में ऐसे होते हैं, biconcave disc shaped. One more thing about RBC is it doesn't have nucleus. Now the next is WBC. The other name for RBC is erythrocytes. Okay, now let's talk about WBC. WBCs, the other name for WBC is leukocytes. Now, white blood cells are colorless, irregular shaped cells. They are very few in number but bigger in size than RBCs. The main function of WBC is to fight against germs that enter our body and protect us from diseases. Now, nucleus is present in white blood cells. Then their lifespan is few hours to a few years depending on the type. WBC के भी दो types होते हैं, तो depending upon type उनका life decide होता है. इतने present होते हैं. 1 cubic millimeter में 5000 to 7000 WBCs are present. कितने? 5000 to 7000 per cubic millimeter में present होते हैं. Third is blood platelets. Now, platelets are colorless, round, tiny cells formed in the bone marrow, right? If a person gets injury, then blood starts flowing from the cut or wound at the site of the injury, right? The body cannot afford to let blood flow out of the body, नहीं तो पूरा का पूरा body blood जो है body में से बाहर निकल जाएगा, right? So after some time a dark red clot is formed which plugs the cut and bleeding stops. The blood clot is formed due to the presence of platelets in the blood. So the main function of blood platelets is it helps in clotting of blood. बनता कहाँ पे है? बोन मैरो में बनता है. उनमें भी न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट नहीं होता है. जो लाइफ स्पैन होता है प्लेटलेट्स का वो 8 to 14 days होता है. देन कितने प्रेजेंट होते हैं? 2.5 lakh platelets are present per cubic mm of blood. 2.5 to 3.5 ये या 2.5 lakh बोल सकते हैं. 2.5 to 3.5 lakh per cubic mm of blood. These much platelets are present. कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि प्लेटलेट काउंट जो होता है वो बिकॉज ऑफ सम डिसीज बहुत कम हो जाता है, तो इट बिकम्स अ थ्रेट टू द लाइफ, राइट. वन मोर थिंग फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन, हीमोफीलिया और ब्लीडर्स डिसीज भी बोलते हैं उसको. इट इज अ जेनेटिक डिसीज, मतलब हेरिडिटी होती है वो इस डिसीज की, in which the patient does not have certain clotting factors in his blood. So there is no clotting of blood. Even a small wound or cut can prove fatal to such persons as they can bleed to death. अब इनमें जो क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स होते हैं इनके ब्लड में प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं, जिसके वजह से अगर कोई इंजुरी होती है तो ब्लड क्लॉट ही नहीं होगा एंड blood will start flowing out of the body, right? So this can be very fatal and it may lead to the death of a person. See, these are WBCs or leukocytes, these are RBCs or erythrocytes, और ये जो है these are nothing but blood platelets. So these are the three diagrams for RBC, WBC and platelet. So in this part we have covered blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries, and we have talked about blood, right? Then the different components which are present in blood, that is blood plasma, RBC, WBC and platelets. Now one more small topic is remaining, right? Which is called as lymph. But I think uh, you should try to understand this lymph much better, because I think you don't have any idea how, about the lymphatic system which is present in our body. So this lymphatic system we will be taking in the next part. Thank you for now.